The Baba Bhumman Shah Darbar is a historic site. It is located in the town of Depalpur, within the Okara district of Pakistan. This large complex was built to honor Baba Bhumman Shah, a revered figure from the Udasi tradition. The Udasi community followed the teachings of Baba Sri Chand, the elder son of Guru Nanak Dev Ji. They were known for their simple and spiritual way of life, often living as ascetics. Baba Bhumman Shah was born in 1687 in a nearby village. He became a respected spiritual guide, and his teachings attracted many followers from different faiths, including Sikhs, Hindus, and Muslims. This place became a symbol of shared spiritual heritage in the region, a testament to a time when different communities lived and worshipped together in harmony. The Darbar complex was not built all at once. It grew over many decades, with different patrons contributing to its construction. The main shrine, which is the centerpiece of the entire site, was constructed by Bhavani Das, who was a devoted follower of Baba Bhumman Shah. The purpose was to create a lasting memorial that would preserve the saint's teachings and legacy for future generations. The complex was designed to be a self-sufficient spiritual center. It included not just the main shrine but also living quarters, guest houses for pilgrims, and spaces for religious gatherings. Its location in Depalpur was significant, as this was an ancient town on a major trade route, allowing its influence to spread far and wide. Baba Bhumman Shah himself was a figure of great historical importance. He was blessed by the 10th Sikh Guru, Guru Gobind Singh Ji, who recognized his deep spiritual devotion. This connection strengthened the bond between the Udasi tradition and the mainstream Sikh faith. The Darbar in Depalpur became a major center for the Udasi community in the Punjab region. Pilgrims would travel long distances to visit the site, seeking blessings and spiritual guidance. The complex was more than just a place of worship. It was a vibrant hub of cultural and religious activity, where music, poetry, and philosophical discussions filled the air. Its existence speaks volumes about the rich, syncretic spiritual landscape of pre-partition Punjab. Today, the grandeur of the complex tells a story of both devotion and decline. Before the partition of 1947, the site was meticulously maintained and managed by the Udasi community. It was a thriving institution that served thousands of devotees. After partition, most of the Udasi followers migrated to India, and the responsibility for the site's upkeep fell away. The once bustling courtyards grew quiet, and the magnificent structures began to show signs of neglect. The story of the Baba Bhumman Shah Darbar is therefore not just about its past glory, but also about the fragility of heritage when its community is displaced, leaving behind a physical shell filled with memories. The main shrine of Baba Bhumman Shah is the most impressive structure within the complex. It is a tall, two-story building that immediately captures the eye. At its top sits a large, beautiful dome, a classic feature of the architectural style of that era. This dome is not just for decoration, it symbolizes the heavens and marks the sacred space below. The ground floor of the shrine contains the Diwan Hall, a large assembly area where devotees would gather for prayers and spiritual discourses. This hall was designed to be a place of communal worship, where people from all walks of life could sit together and listen to the teachings of the saints. The entire structure was built with great care and attention to detail. The walls of the shrine are covered in stunning artwork. These are frescoes, which are paintings done directly onto the plaster of the walls. The artists who created them were highly skilled. They used vibrant colors to depict scenes from religious stories and to inscribe sacred verses. Many of the written verses are from the Guru Granth Sahib, the holy scripture of the Sikhs. This shows the deep connection between the Udasi tradition and Sikhism. The presence of these verses transformed the building from a mere structure into a living, breathing space of spiritual learning. For the devotees who gathered here, these paintings were not just art. They were visual aids that helped them connect with their faith on a deeper level. The frescoes show a variety of subjects. Some illustrate the lives of the gurus, while others depict Hindu deities. This mix of imagery is a powerful reminder of the inclusive nature of the Udasi faith. It welcomed teachings and figures from different spiritual paths. The art served as a bridge between communities, reflecting a shared cultural and religious vocabulary. Unfortunately, the passage of time and a lack of maintenance have taken a heavy toll on these beautiful artworks. Many of the frescoes have faded, and some have been damaged or painted over. What remains is a faint echo of their original splendor, a ghostly reminder of the vibrant spiritual life that once filled these halls. Adjacent to the main shrine stands a large haveli, or mansion. This building once served as the living quarters for the caretakers and administrators of the Darbar. It was a grand structure in its own right, with multiple rooms, courtyards, and ornate balconies. The haveli was an integral part of the complex, providing the necessary support for the daily activities of the shrine. However, its condition today is a sad sight. After partition, the haveli was divided and allocated to different families who had migrated to Pakistan. Over the years, it has fallen into a state of severe disrepair. The walls are crumbling, the woodwork is decaying, and the original character of the building is almost completely lost under modern alterations and neglect. Beyond the main shrine and haveli, the complex also included a large dharamsala, or guest house. This building was constructed to provide lodging for the many pilgrims and travelers who visited the Darbar. It was a place of rest and community, where people from distant lands could find shelter and share their spiritual journeys with one another. The dharamsala was a testament to the hospitality that was central to the Darbar's mission. It ensured that no one who came seeking blessings was turned away. Like the haveli, the dharamsala has suffered greatly from neglect. Today, it is in a dilapidated condition, with parts of it occupied by local families and other sections simply abandoned and falling apart. Scattered around the complex are several samads, which are memorials built to honor deceased spiritual leaders. These structures mark the final resting places of important Udasi sadhus who served at the Darbar after Baba Bhumman Shah. Each samad is a small dome-topped structure, acting as a miniature shrine. They serve as a physical record of the lineage of spiritual masters who carried on the teachings of the Udasi tradition at this site. These memorials were once places of reverence, where devotees would pay their respects. They represent the continuity of the spiritual community that thrived here for nearly 2 centuries, connecting generations of teachers and disciples through a shared sacred landscape. One of the most significant memorials within the complex is a small darbar dedicated to Guru Gobind Singh Ji. This special shrine commemorates the Guru's visit to this area and his blessing of Baba Bhumman Shah. Its presence within the Udasi complex is highly symbolic. It reinforces the deep respect that the Udasi community held for the Sikh Gurus and highlights the shared origins and spiritual goals of both traditions. This darbar acted as a focal point for Sikh devotees who visited the site, creating a space that explicitly honored the source of the spiritual authority that Baba Bhumman Shah himself had received. It was a powerful statement of unity and respect between the two paths. The entire complex is enclosed by a series of gates, which controlled access and created a sense of a sacred precinct. There is a main outer gate that serves as the primary entrance to the darbar grounds. From there, visitors would pass through another inner gate to enter the courtyard of the main shrine. These gates were not just functional, they were also architectural statements. They were often decorated with carvings and other embellishments, marking the transition from the ordinary secular world outside to the sacred spiritual world within. Today, some of these gates still stand, but they are worn by time, their grandeur slowly fading as the years pass by. The decline of the Baba Bhumman Shah Darbar began after the partition of India in 1947. This event caused one of the largest mass migrations in human history. The Udasi and Sikh communities, who were the primary custodians and devotees of the Darbar, moved to India. They left behind not just their homes and lands, but also their sacred sites. With its community gone, the Darbar was left like an orphan. There was no one to manage its affairs, maintain its beautiful buildings, or perform the daily rituals that had been the heartbeat of the complex for centuries. The site fell into a long period of silence and neglect, its spiritual purpose slowly eroding with each passing year. The physical decay of the complex is a direct result of this abandonment. The buildings, which were once maintained with such love and devotion, began to crumble. The vibrant frescoes faded under the sun and rain, the intricate woodwork rotted away, and the once manicured gardens became overgrown. Parts of the complex, like the Haveli and the Dharamsala, were repurposed as housing for refugee families. While this provided much-needed shelter, it also led to further damage and alterations that have obscured the original character of these historic structures. The site now presents a fragmented picture, a mosaic of sacred ruins and modern domestic life, with its original spiritual identity becoming harder to see. Despite its current condition, it is crucial to remember the importance of the Baba Bhumman Shah Darbar. This site is more than just a collection of old buildings. It is a powerful symbol of the rich, pluralistic heritage of the Punjab. It stands as a testament to a time when different religious communities coexisted peacefully, sharing saints, sacred spaces, and spiritual ideas. The Darbar's art and architecture tell a story of cultural fusion, blending elements from Sikh, Hindu, and Islamic traditions. Forgetting this site would mean forgetting a vital chapter of our shared history, a chapter that teaches us about tolerance, respect, and the universal human search for spiritual meaning. In conclusion, the Baba Bhumman Shah Darbar is a precious piece of our collective legacy. It embodies the spiritual teachings of a great saint and represents the architectural and artistic achievements of its time. Although it is now in a fragile state, its story continues to resonate. It reminds us of the importance of preserving our heritage, not just as historical artifacts, but as living sources of memory and identity. The silent halls and fading frescoes of the Darbar call out to us, urging us to remember the inclusive and harmonious world they once represented. Its legacy is a lesson in unity, a heritage that belongs to all of us, and one that we must not allow to disappear.